Hey everyone, I have a very good news to share today.
I love good news. Love good news.
I'm starting with a new playlist series called Long-Term Memory for your agentic workflows. So this was there in back of my head for a very long time.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back.
I'm talking to customers who are building agentic workflows and they have the requirement of connecting a memory component. Now, ever since the discussion of context engineering has taken place, people are starting to talk about long-term memory for some time now. So, what is the difference between prompt engineering and context engineering? Prompt engineering is basically just a string template. You write a prompt, which is just a text, you give it to the LLM and you generate the response. Context engineering is basically a workflow. So it starts right from the user query. How are you getting the context? So this context can be in form of knowledge bases, it can be in form of tools, it can be in form of MCP, or it can be a memory component. So this memory component is basically, it stores your previous preferences so that instead of generating generic responses, you generate personalized responses.
Think, Krabs. Maybe something SpongeBob said will give you some kind of clue.
Remember.
So this was the major requirement where people typically use context engineering to have that entire workflow to get the relevant response from the LLM, right? So this is what we will do in this entire playlist. We start off with what is long-term memory, what is the need of it, and then in the upcoming videos, we will talk about how long-term memory works, how people are using vector databases, knowledge graph to build this particular pipeline. And then we will also build projects where we will connect a long-term memory with your agentic workflows. I'm pretty much excited for this playlist series. So this is the first video, and I'll tell you what is the need of long-term memory. And also, if you look at the LLM models that you're using, whether it is ChatGPT, Gemini, or Qwen, you can have your own personalized responses by adding the memory. So let's get started. Why do we need memory in the first place? So let's take a classical example. Let's suppose you're traveling to a specific country and this country is Hong Kong. So when you travel to a new country, you might have your own preferences. Now you want to go to a restaurant. Now you just go to GPT or Gemini and you ask a very simple prompt. I'm traveling to Hong Kong. Recommend me some good restaurants to try out. Now, based on your user query, you get a very generic response from an LLM, which will tell few restaurant names and what is the specialty of that particular restaurant. So this is very generic. So now what will I do? I will give more context. So here the context is, I have my own preference, and this preference is I'm a vegetarian and I prefer Gujarati or South Indian meals. And once I give the preference and if I ask the same prompt, now the response is a bit different. It will recommend me those restaurant which will tailor to my need or my preference. And I prefer this response, right? So the goal of long-term memory is to understand who you are, understand the preferences of your choice, and then generate the right response. So this is the main reason why we are starting off with this particular playlist series. Let's get started. What we'll do is, first you have to open any large language model of your choice. We'll be using ChatGPT and Qwen. So now what you can do is you can click on your profile, come to settings, and once you click on settings, you have personalization. So in personalization, what you're typically supposed to do is come to memory component. In memory, you have manage. So by default, if you're doing conversation with ChatGPT, it will save its own memory based on your interaction. But what you can do is you can manage, delete and edit it based on your choice. So as you can see, the first line follows a Jain diet and avoids egg and meat animal derived items. So in the past, I've traveled to 18 countries, and every time I travel to a new country, I want my itinerary to be very specific to my choices. So this is where ChatGPT builds pretty good itineraries based on my preferences, and it has worked well in all the travel experience that I've had. So adding memories is one first step. And once you add memories, the second step is you need to add custom instruction so that when you are asking any question, it retrieves that information from the memory. So there are also other instructions that I've added, like never use hyphen, which is your M symbol. And I usually ask research-based questions a lot. So I need summary and as well as TLDR, so that if I'm not able to read the entire summary, I can at least read the TLDR. And there are other instructions typically I add. So based on how you use your LLMs, you can add the instruction. One important thing is make sure you add more about you, where I've just written a very specific detail. Like whenever I ask a prompt to large language model, I need to have an alternative perspective. So large language models are pretty intelligent. When you ask anything, you're asking prompt based on your perspective, and there are different perspective to see different responses. So this is where I want large language model to give me different perspective responses so that I can have a choice to select. So this is it that you want to do. Add custom instruction and then add more about you and then edit your memory. So the same approach you can also apply on Qwen. I'm using Qwen a lot these days for standardized responses. So you can click on your profile, come to settings, then go to personalization. You can add manage and then you can edit your memories. And once you edit the memories, you also have customized Qwen. So click on settings, add more about you. So if you see, I'm adding the same instruction that I defined in ChatGPT. Then I need concise responses and then the same instruction. So instruction, more about you and memories. Make sure these three settings are enabled in the large language models that you are using. So this is it from the video. This was just the introductory part of the long-term memory playlist series that we are about to start. In the next video, we will see how you can have a memory MCP with the Copilot, and then how you can connect a long-term memory for your agentic workflows using LangGraph and Cogni as the memory component. And then we will also have project-based videos. So I'm planning to have 3 to 4 videos in this entire playlist series so that you can get most use out of it. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so that you can get the notification. If you have more questions, we have the Discord server. Join the Discord server and ask your questions over there. I'm pretty much excited for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video.